Isabel Benton online sketchbook. So this is my initial research for my project. I was going into illustration. I was researching things like professionalism, sustainability, environmental aspects, roles, and technical skills. Then after my research, I started looking into potential illustrators for inspiration for my drawing. So I researched some graphic illustrators, and then I researched some artists that illustrate animals, because I knew that I wanted my project to be about animals. So I researched George Stubbs and Beatrix Potter, who used paint. And then I researched Laika the space dog, because I thought that it would be good to get some historical inspiration behind my project. And then I researched the presidential cow, because I had an idea that I wanted to write my book about a cow. Then here's just some more cow research. Those are cow book covers, because at this point I thought that I wanted to write a book about animals. Hadn't chosen my animal yet, so I researched cows and dogs as well. And then in this part of my sketchbook, I just started developing drawings for potential techniques and characters. So I've used any animals that I could get access to take photos of. So I used watercolour, acrylic paint, and was drawing with pencil. And then after this, I was just going into research my book, just some information about books, because I knew that I wanted to write a book. So things like step-by-steps, templates, book layouts, elements, how to do it, types of fonts for my cover. And then after that, I started developing my characters. So I went with a mother cow, a father cow, and a child, as you can see. And then for my first idea, I developed a storyboard to show like a little bit of the layout of what I thought my book would look like. And then I just developed some more drawings for like each section. And then my second idea was because I thought my book was going to be about cows, so I tried to like add the text in and add some of the characters on the front, so that was just like a sample. And then here's some of my characters. And then my third idea was going to be like setting the scenes, like the backgrounds of my book. And then I evaluated all my paintings, like taking into consideration like artists and techniques. And the next part of my sketchbook is when we visited the art gallery. I thought that this would be appropriate for my book, because I've got some animal imagery of like cows, monkeys, zebras and horses, just so I could take some inspiration from these. And then I started developing how like my book's pages, so I put some of my characters onto the backgrounds to see how it would look. So there's some samples. At this point, I thought that my samples didn't really show my skills a lot. So then I spoke to my teacher and we started thinking about doing collage. So I started going into collage. So here's some of my collage samples. So this is recycled paintings. This is tissue paper, but I put it on the photocopier. That's also recycled paintings. That's recycled paintings but in square format. This is my original background but photocopied. And then I started developing more characters out of acrylic paint, so I thought they stood out more on my background. started evaluating that, saying how I thought that it looked better. And then these are just some of the pages that I developed for my book.